He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in Him. What is your song?
We're going through this adoption process. Right now it's real smooth, but in the rocky parts of it, we sure did see miracles happen with prayer, with a small group. The way that our group pulled together really moved the hand of the Lord and accomplished some mighty things, and we got to see that from the front row. Just trying to keep a spiritual growth going on during all the busyness, that's a real challenge.
I feel like the Lord has been really just teaching me that it's a moment by moment time with Him.
We're constantly reminded how faithful the Lord is to us, and we're challenged to try to learn how to be more faithful to Him.
God's led me to be a teacher, and I started thinking back on my high school experiences. I loved football, loved sports, played football and baseball, and one coach that I had, my defensive backs coach, had a real big influence on my life, not just the way he treated me as a player but and talking about things outside of sports, but the way that he also dealt with his wife, and when his kids would come up to school and he'd talk and interact with them. That started impacting me. I was like, well, if I can have that type of impact on other people as well, that's something I think God really wants me to do, and He can use my passion for sports in that area.
I really feel that God has blessed me with the act of service. I love helping people in any way that I can, and I've recently taken over the Meals of Love ministry at church, and I love it. I love being able to provide a service that really helps a family in a time of need. Through that ministry, I can see God's compassion on people in a need.
Sometimes I wonder if God's really using me, but I do know that He has given me a great love and desire to organize things and to help people in that, and to have people over to my home and things like that. I do know too that when I look back on experiences of infertility or other things just not working out in the timing that I had set, that I really feel that God has shown me that He remembers the details.
In the past year, God has been moving my life in big ways and small ways that I felt like were out of my control, such as a home sale and job change or school teaching change, and also in relationship details, small details such as forgiveness issues with my dad.
We had been married only for about 2 years before we had Claire. We had always talked about how we wanted to build a strong foundation for our marriage first. I kind of fell into the rut of motherhood, if you will, as so many women can understand, kind of lost who I was. I kind of needed a wake-up call, and God's way of doing that was for me to get plugged in with BSF, and it's been a very in-depth Bible study and has really kept me grounded and focused on the Word and accountable as well.
Since we got married, he's had to be a little bit more creative. With our schedules are so different. I'm not always able to get to church on Sunday mornings with my work schedule, so it's been really cool to see how God has again allowed us to show some creativity in how we're going to be able to, during the chaos and baby on the way and a 2-year-old already, finding time to be with him, which has been a blessing to see him work that out.
I think that God has really blessed us. He's blessed me with the opportunity to kind of fulfill my passion with sports and His kingdom, in that I get to work with athletes and coaches, and I get to use sports to share the gospel of Christ to people that wouldn't step foot in a church. I mean, I am blessed in what I get to do, and God, for some reason, sees fit to use me in all of it, and it's an amazing time.
For a while there, I was struggling a lot with trying to figure out what my passion was in life, working and all that sort of stuff, and even going through school, getting a degree in interior design, but I just wasn't passionate about it at all. I didn't have anything that really got me up in the morning and got me excited. But then we had Jake, and I was just able to see just the love of Christ through me loving my son.
To tell you about my passion, I would say it's definitely, I felt since I've been at home for the last 8 years with my son as a stay-home mom, that in the church, oftentimes women are kind of just find their identity in being a wife and being a mother. I think sometimes we forget that being a good wife and a good mother, though primary roles for a lot of us, I wish that women would see that as the great byproducts of a spiritual life that is seeking growth in wisdom and knowledge of the Lord and of Scripture.
The last couple of 2 years or so, 2.5 years, having left a family business that I was in part of for 11 years, have been very interesting to see the journey the Lord has taken us on, from trying to get a Chick-fil-A franchise to now being involved in medical sales, and still waiting for the not the ultimate, but the next step where the Lord's taking us. It's been uncertain. It's been at times stressful,
unpredictable,
but we trust that the Lord has plans for us. Psalm 24 says the earth is His and all that it contains, and so that certainly includes us and our plans.
What is your song? What is your story?
I want to know.
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 I want to know.